Hello and welcome back to the Unboxers, and today we have for you another awesome G.I. Joe. This time it is
the Python Crimson Guard, and this is part of the Python Patrol wave.
Have we done many other?
We've done, I think, 2 other Python Patrol variants.
Alright, and these are, of course, by Hasbro. Really cool artwork on the front.
Yeah.
And let's take a look at the sides.
Yeah, they definitely upped the artwork game now that you can't actually see the figure. So.
Yeah.
So, figure 66, if you're keeping track of that.
Well, there's some more artwork. And on the back, it shows you the figure. Looks like he's going to come with several weapons, maybe like 4. And then a backpack or something on his back to hold many of the weapons. So usually these figures have something to hold every single weapon so that they, you know, that they can be on them at all times. So that's really cool. All right, let's go ahead and get
the Python Crimson Guard
out of his box and give you a much closer look. We'll be right back. All right, so there's
the Python Crimson Guard
out of the package, and let's go ahead and take a look. So he comes with this like foot locker, has his name on it, his number on it, and of course you can store his weapons in there if you don't want him to have them on. But as you can tell, they all fit on him, but he does come with that. Look, it's got a beep 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 beep. Anyway, you got to keep your stuff locked up for sure. So let's go ahead and take a look at him. I really like his helmet. Very, very cool. This is not a character a group of characters that I'm familiar with in the G.I. Joe world. So he's got the Cobra right there. He's also got some kind of insignia here and maybe ranking. He's got a V on his belt, and it kind of like folds over. You can see like the other layer underneath. And then he has a place for his one weapon here. Hold on a second. Let me... There we go. There's one weapon here, and it's got a little notch at the end there. That's cool. And then he has another holster here for the other weapon that does come out of there. Well, once I get it out, it's probably going to go flying. But anyway, there you go. That comes out. And then you have the long sword right here. And it's like got a black steel, it looks like, or a really, really dark gray.
Yeah, and it just actually pegs into the side of the backpack, but if you don't want him to have the backpack, there's actually a hole in the side of his belt on this side. Okay. Where you can peg the sword into the side of his belt.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. The whole sheath pegs in there.
Yeah.
All right, and then he's got his name right there, or, well, the name of his squad, and he's got some epaulettes. I learned what those are. And I'm guessing that's what that is. Anyway, it goes across the shoulder like a pilot. And, or a boat captain.
Yeah.
And then he's got some red stripes around here. Even his sleeves come down to a point, which is kind of cool. He's got black gloves on. And
his face
says Transformer to me.
For folks my age, it reminds me of Cylons from Battlestar Galactica, like the robots.
Oh, with the big...
Yeah, they had the eyes
light going across.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, yeah, but wait a minute. I'm not your age, so don't worry about it. Okay, there's the boots with the buckles on there. The stripes down the side of his pants. Now, this reminds me of Chips.
Yeah.
The cops. Anyway, and then there's his backpack. That doesn't open, but it certainly looks like it does. It's got the Cobra symbol on there. There's a lot of detailing in this backpack with the little, you can see it, the little sections and then the little belt buckle. So that's a lot of detail. Sometimes the backpacks don't have as much detail as that when it's just, you know, just for holding the weapons and such. I mean, some of them have cantinas and hanging from it if they're the G.I. Joe. But anyway, and then he's got his other weapon in his hand, which I just moved. But anyway, all right, I'll let you show off his articulation. You may have to disarm him first.
Yes. Alright, so he's going to have articulation at the neck. And as with a lot of these G.I. Joes, you can see he actually has a point at the base of the head. And then if you turn the neck sideways, you can actually see he actually has a point at the base of the neck as well that'll allow him increased range of motion. He has the articulation at the shoulders, and you can see it does have the dual butterfly shoulders, which will give him increased range of motion, and they will also rotate and extend. He has the bicep swivel, the double elbows, and the dual wrists, so they will rotate and bend. The cuffs want to keep it from having too much range of motion, but it will still bend. He has 2 points in the torso, one at the waist, and then the ab crunch mid-waist, which will allow him to crunch forward or rear back. He has the drop hips, so that will allow him great range of motion at the hips. You just kind of slide them back into place if you don't need them extended like that. Has the thigh swivel, the double knees, the top of the boot or mid calf, and this is actually hidden by the boot, which is cool. And then the ankles will pivot and roll, so that'll allow him to stay nice and flat-footed when posing. So very cool to add this Python Crimson Guard to our G.I. Joe Classifieds collection.
Alright, so there's one last look at
the Python Crimson Guard.
He looks pretty cool. I like him in that pose. He is ready to go. I really like all the color contrast on him. Very cool. Alright, so thank you so much for watching. As always, come back and see us. Like, subscribe, and we will see you next time.